So you want hypnosis to overcome fear and anxiety. Of course, that makes sense, especially when you look at what people think hypnosis is. They imagine that someone who knows the secrets of hypnosis are going to be able to speak to you in that magic special way, or saying those magic special words that tell your subconscious mind to simply turn off anxiety and fear, and then, magically, it's done. Whilst you lay back, listening to the sound of the ambient music and the humpback whale. So of course, if you're struggling to overcome fear and anxiety, then that does sound incredibly appealing. And I'm shortly going to be taking you through a complete hypnotherapy session for you to close your eyes to. But first, in order to help you get the most from this, I want to take a step back and explain what I believe hypnosis really is, and therefore, how you can stack the odds of this working for you. Have you ever had that experience where someone takes a blackboard and then they take their fingernails and they reach across and they begin to... Now, chances are when I just did that, you might have been watching this and got a real squirmy feeling inside. Why? Well, you might reply, well, it's how it was the sound of the nails down the chalkboard. But at that precise moment, there were no nails, there was no chalkboard, they were just words. And you imagined the rest. In fact, I would argue that's hypnosis in action. For me, hypnosis is the result of your body becoming so absorbed in your imagination, it responds as though it's real. That's all. And in fact, what's funny is many anxious people I've worked with have told me they don't think they can be hypnotized, which is amusing when you look at how they get anxious. Take a dog phobic, for example. They imagine a dog coming towards them and biting them and feel anxious. Yet at that moment in time, there's no dog around. So what's happening is they're getting so caught up in the imagination of dog that their body is responding as though it's real. In other words, they're hypnotizing themselves into being afraid. So many of my YouTube videos are often about the idea of seeing through the illusion of our thinking, because when we know we're just thinking, our body stops responding in that same way. But what would happen if we were able to use the same mechanism to help you? What if you got so good at imagining feeling calm, feeling relaxed, or even so good at knowing that they're just thoughts and that they pose no threat, that that becomes your reality in the moment? Then you'd be able to make fear and anxiety a thing of the past. So in a moment, I'm going to take you through a complete hypnotherapy session to help you overcome fear and anxiety. But because hypnosis occurs when you become absorbed in your thinking, I need to stress this is not a process that I do to you, but one that you voluntarily step into. So as I go through this process with you, whether that's asking you to close your eyes and imagine going deeper into a relaxed state, or whether I ask you to imagine thoughts passing by with no significance, it becomes your job to play the game of allowing yourself to actively become absorbed into these thoughts and treat them as though they're real. You see, it always amuses me when people say things to me like, I tried hypnosis and it didn't work. What they really mean is they listened to the words the hypnotist was saying and chose not to become absorbed in those thoughts. So your job will be to close your eyes and to listen intently, and to do your best to imagine and connect with the thoughts that I take you through. If you need to shift your position, scratch or sniff, that's okay as we go through this. In fact, you can do so without breaking the spell, because there is no spell. It's just you allowing yourself to become absorbed in the ideas I share. But of course, it should go without saying that if you're about to do any eyes closed process where you're being asked to focus on your internal experience, you should only do so when it's safe and appropriate to do so. So make sure you're not doing anything more complex than sitting or lying down comfortably. And yes, that does mean you shouldn't do this whilst driving or perfecting your unicycling or trying to juggle chainsaws. Okay, so make sure you're somewhere you can comfortably relax and focus in on my voice. And ensure you have 20 minutes set aside where you know you can safely switch off and ignore the outside world. All those things that need doing, well, you can just put them to one side. They can wait as you give yourself permission to take a little time for you to learn some new ways of thinking. So, close your eyes if you haven't already, and take 3 deeper breaths. And as you do, focus on making each out-breath a little longer than the in-breath. And just begin to notice the gentle rise and fall of your breathing as you let it happen all by itself. And get ready for another deeper breath, exhaling all the way out as you make yourself comfortable now. And as you do, I'd like you to imagine opening your eyes on the inside whilst you keep them closed on the outside. And do this just as soon as you're ready to take this time for yourself to just slow down and relax. Because as you hear my voice, I don't know if you've already noticed, but you've begun to slow down on the inside. Whatever's going on outside will be outside, almost like you paused a tape. Just on pause, whilst you are inside here with me at this moment, taking some time for you to discover you can focus on the gaps in between my words that help you to slow down and relax fully. And as you noticing these gaps in between my words, I wonder just how soon you'll begin to have the sensation of these gaps increasing. And as you continue to stay with me, focusing on the stillness between these gaps, how soon will you have already noticed the space in between your thoughts? The awareness that is between the images in your mind. The awareness that is between the words in your mind. The awareness that is between the sensations in your body, so that as you slow down more and more to really connect with that awareness in between, as you know, you can just be giving yourself this powerful gift of connecting with awareness long enough to connect with an inner space. And you can remember that your conscious mind doesn't need to pay attention to my words. You can realize that many people who have laid back, listening to my voice just like this, have relaxed deeply too, into a state of mind where they become very open to all the suggestions that I'm making in a very positive way, because your unconscious, which is close enough to hear in this room, listening to my words that help you the most, people relax deeper as they become aware of that second, even more profound sensation of deepening relaxation now, as you find yourself reassured that however deep you go and go, my voice will go with you, helping you to become absorbed in suggestions that help you to detach from anxious thoughts and develop an inner sense of peace and calm, so that in a moment, when I count down from 5 to 1, you will find yourself even more wonderfully relaxed than you are right now, doubling the feeling of relaxation with each count, so that when I reach 1, you're even more able to absorb yourself in my words from a place of still clarity of mind. 5. Taking a deeper breath as you double the feeling of relaxation still more. 4. Noticing the sensations of relaxing even more profoundly with each out-breath. 3. Your conscious mind simply floating away or getting lost in positive memories as you learn to drift deeper still. 2. Another deeper breath as you get ready to drop all the way down into one profoundly relaxed state. As I count down to 1, feeling deeply relaxed, deeply at ease. And with each word I speak, you go deeper still, highly absorbed in each and every word and my suggestions. And from this relaxed and comfortable place, I wonder if you can notice that there are really only 3 possible things you're experiencing right now. mental images, pictures internally in your mind's eye. Internal words, those things that you're saying to yourself. Or perhaps sensations in your body and the changing awareness of these sensations. And I want you to be aware of these experiences, watching them pass on a screen in your mind, hearing them go by, feeling them come and go with ease. It's like, you know, that feeling sitting at home, comfortably watching a great movie, whilst you can see it on the screen. You still know deep down it's just a TV. You know deep down it isn't real. And you know this for certain because your ability to see the pictures, to observe the picture, tells you unconsciously you can't be the TV. You are not in the movie. You're just watching it, detached from it. And notice the powerful logic of realizing that if you can see the image, you can't be the image. Because who would be the watcher of it? And now begin to notice the same is true of all those internal experiences. Notice that perhaps there are mental images appearing, and the fact you're aware of these images means you can't actually be them. They're just thoughts passing by in your mind, and you are separate from them, just observing them. Notice there's internal dialogue appearing. And as you notice that you are the listener of these words, reminds you you're just hearing passing words. These words aren't you. These words aren't the future. They're just words passing through your mind in this moment. And perhaps you can connect with sensations, whether it's warmth, tension, softness. And you can notice how transient the awareness of these sensations are. Sensations and feelings, they appear and they disappear. In just the same way, you probably aren't thinking about your right ear until I just mentioned it now. And now, as you focus on that, notice what sensations you stopped paying attention to. Because images, words, sensations, they sail in and they sail out with ease. And you can just observe them and know if you can observe them, you're not them. And keep in mind, no image, no word, no sensation in and of itself poses a threat. So you can let them pass through, knowing deeply none are the future. They're not you. They're just thoughts. They're just passing through. And they have no particular significance. And all those things that in the past you've been worried about are also too just pictures in your mind. And imagine those old pictures of worst case scenarios floating by on a calm river past you as you sit comfortably on the riverbank, watching the natural flow of the river carry them away. And maybe one or two of these images catch your eye, and for a second you almost forget they're just floating images and that you can observe them detached. But as they calmly float off with no effort at all, you remember they're just images. It's just a thought. There's nothing you need to do to stay safe. You are not those thoughts, and they float away, leaving you safe, untouched, just observing. And you feel calmer and calmer, safe in the knowledge that you can detach yourself from those thoughts that never used to make you feel good. And instead, when thoughts appear that are positive, ones where you imagine being able to react resourcefully to whatever life throws at you, thoughts where you're calm, you're able to cope, able to navigate the stresses and strains of life with more confidence and rational thought. What would life be like if you allowed yourself to very deliberately become absorbed in these? Can you imagine what sort of positive feelings you'd connect with now as you treat those thoughts as real? And if those feelings of calm, able to cope, are real now, can you imagine how much easier it is to become absorbed in these positive thoughts, stepping into those images and words of the strong, confident you can feel these things more and more as you practice, allowing yourself to become absorbed into this way of being, and float to 2 weeks from now, and notice as you look back at the last few weeks how well they've gone. Notice all those times that old what if thoughts appeared. You just observed them, detached from them, knowing they were just thoughts as they calmly floated away all by themselves. And notice of all those times that you were able to step into positive thoughts and treat these ones as real enough that you got so good at feeling able to cope, calm, resilient, more able to navigate all of those stresses and strains of life with ease. And see how far you've come in these last 2 weeks. and know you are on your way to a place where you can say with certainty, suffering with anxiety is a thing of the past. Now, in a moment, I'm gonna count from 10 to 1. And when I do, you will return to full awareness of the waking state with each and every part of you here in the present. And when your eyes open, you'll keep inside a deep feeling of calm, safe in the knowledge that you've already made positive changes that will help you to experience the journeys that lie ahead with ease. You can allow your mind and body to fully integrate all of these changes with excitement building for a positive future. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Taking a deeper breath as you become more aware of your body. 4. Allowing all of the unconscious changes to occur in a positive way. 3. Becoming more aware of my voice and the sounds around you. 2. Getting excited about the positive changes you can already have experienced. And 1. Eyes open and wide awake. That's right. So welcome back, and I really hope that you were able to discover some new ways of being able to notice thoughts passing by without attaching to them. This skill really will help when it comes to beating anxiety, and hey, if you can practice the skill of absorbing yourself into better narratives, then the story of your life improves too. Some people find that with regular practice and repeated listening, the results and experience of this session become even more profound. And as we continue our journey together, I want to share something that could help deepen your progress in releasing anxiety. You know those challenging moments when anxiety feels overwhelming? Well, I created a powerful resource that can help transform those experiences. It's called the EXTINGUISH Anxiety Program. It's a thoughtfully designed online journey where you'll discover 5 transformative techniques for easing feelings of panic and overwhelm. These are practical tools you can use in the moment whenever you need any extra support in returning to calm. If you feel drawn to exploring these additional resources for your well-being journey, then you'll find more information in the link below this video. And remember, hypnosis isn't something done to you. It's something you participate in. If you want to ensure you get alerted to new videos that come out, hit subscribe, click the notification bell, and in the meantime, this is Howard Cooper, helping you understand your mind better, one video at a time.